Hey everybody, it's Rob here. We had the Season 11 Campfire chat with all the developers yesterday, and while there was some pretty cool trailers and also a ton of good news, to me personally, it was all overshadowed with the surprise that we are not getting any new endgame, we are not getting the tower, and we are not getting the leaderboards that we already had on this PTR that we already played this year. It's all coming early next year. It's all delayed, and it's not, launching at the same time as the season. I made a post about this. I feel very negatively surprised by this. I went in this Campfire chat thinking oh, this is going to be a great day today for Diablo. They're going to have so many learnings, so many improvements from the PTR, which they actually have. But still, to me, this was all overshadowed, and I talked to a bunch of people here in my community, with you guys, with some friends, with a more dedicated player base, and everybody was kind of looking forward to the tower and the leaderboards. And now that it's not coming, it seems very similar to the mistake that has been done with the Gauntlet here in the past, where the Gauntlet, if you guys remember, it launched in the middle of the season, and it was just a pretty big failure because at that point, most of the players already quit. So I want to share with you some of my thoughts here and why I'm also disappointed. I also talked to other creators. I talked to Rex right after the Campfire stream, and I think sometimes this picture here says more than 1,000 words. We were pretty disappointed. And most of it has to do, I think, the way this was communicated here, from the PTR. Because if you remember, when the PTR launched, in October, it says here, arriving with Season 11, we are overhauling itemization, monster combat, player defense. Additionally, the season introduces a tower. So, I think if you just read this, everybody kind of expected that the tower, even though it's a beta feature, is coming, together with the season. And that seems to not be the case right now. It's going to arrive sometime in January. And I think it's just a very sad to see this. And there's quite a few things that I already shared here on X, and some of the stuff that was also shared in the comments here. So again, not having the tower in the launch, I think it's missing the most exciting time in the game where, everybody's starting fresh at the season start. We all have, an even playing field, and people can compete very fairly without people having a bunch of pre-stacked gear yet and all this stuff. Because, when the tower is coming out sometime in January, most players, and including myself, we're probably going to be playing the game quite a lot, and we're going to be very stacked. We're going to have all the mythics, we're going to have all the masterworks and all this kind of stuff. So it's going to be kind of unfair for the small player base that might return in January to play this tower endgame mode or something, to give it a try. Those people will not have anywhere of the gear required for some of the good ranks. So for them, I think it's gonna be feeling a disappointing, because frankly it's unfair, and they just don't really have a chance, right? And I think we're also gonna miss out on all this because this is a beta feature, and I think it totally makes sense. The developers talked about it in the Campfire chat, while this is considered a beta feature, and I completely get it. It's not fully ready yet, but I still think it would be good to launch it even at the state as it is in, because I think that's how it was communicated. For myself, I didn't even dream about or had a nightmare about that this is not coming now, because I was really excited to try this out. I already talked with some friends. I'm also really excited to try the group meta. We finally have the 2-player, the 3-player, the 4-player leaderboard, and probably see, you see in this footage here, the comeback of some support playstyle. Blizzard did say they want to support it, and they did in this patch as well some very nice changes into the direction, with the Fields of Crimson, for example, on the BOP. So it's going in a cool direction there, where you actually have some more tactical gameplay around the pylons. You have some cool tactics and stuff. And me and my group, and a lot of people that are like-minded, we're very excited to try this out, test this beta feature, more and more, especially on the launch, when we have a bit scuffed gear, and develop the meta in this together with you guys, with all the community, and just see how far we can push it. But however, this early progression now all gets deleted by this feature being delayed. And I'm disappointed, and I think and I can understand why a lot of people in the community, especially the more dedicated, the more hardcore fan base, is disappointed. In the ultra grand scheme of things, from like a casual perspective, I understand, I get it that this doesn't really matter to many of the players that only play Diablo for like a couple days or maybe like a week anyways. But for like people that like the game like a lot and like to play it a bit longer than this like initial 1 week, like myself, I was just really disappointed by this decision to postpone the leaderboards. And I get it that there's like a Christmas break and people might not be like in the office, like over the break, if there's some bugs that are happening in the game and stuff. But even then, I think it would be still completely fair. Like even if there's a bug, if it's not immediately fixed, it's not that big a deal, because in the end, the leaderboards has no reward. You're not getting any crazy gear or like just any of the crazy stuff. Like it's just not gonna happen. So I still didn't really understand the argument why they don't just like send it like it's a beta feature, like we can expect some problems. But I still think overall, in terms of community sentiment, it would still be a net positive to still just press the button and launch it, like even similar to the way it was on PTR. Like I would like that at least, like that's my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Overall, of course, this is a pretty negative video. I like to be positive usually, and there is a lot of positive stuff, and there is a lot of hype around this. One more thing to note, guys, I talked about it in my video yesterday. The date is delayed. It now launches on the 11th. So it's like very close to Path of Exile. A lot of people were also very like angry about this. I can understand it from the perspective of like we're gonna have this like Game Awards, and they hinted at it in the dev stream again that we all should be watching the Game Awards. So I'm kind of expecting like some big announcement, some big drop there that also maybe has something to do with the current live season, because like the date is like basically right after the Game Awards, right? I've seen many videos and many speculations about this. There's also like a lot of speculations like on the forums, like people have been like discussing like all the different things here. I don't even know, like there's like a lot of people with a lot of copium. We'll see what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm also on copium here. I'm still hoping that they just still release the leaderboard somehow this year, but yeah, maybe we have to wait until next year. But you can expect from me, like I'm gonna be doing like all my normal content. We're gonna have like tier lists coming out. I already started a draft here. We're gonna have the tier lists, we're gonna have the build guides, the planners, and all that stuff's gonna be up for like all the builds and all the new builds. There's some pretty cool and strong stuff, I think, for like every class. Also, the Barbarian has received some massive buffs in the recent patch, and Sanctification has also gotten crazy buffs to the point even. And I mean, you can see for yourself like what this will mean. So we're gonna get offensive legendary aspect from Sanctification, and in a stroke of divine intervention, mythical powers may also take root in your items. The way I understand it, also from the Campfire chat, that you can get like some mythical powers as Sanctification. So for example, you can get a Starless Sky affix like on your amulet or something, or you can get a Starless Sky on your Harlequin's crest. I don't know, like that's how it sounds to me. Like it sounds like this is basically just an aspect, right? Like having the Harlequin's crest plus 4 skills and 20 damage reduction, having the Starless Sky, this is just an aspect in the end on a mythic item. So the way I understand it, you can have this on different items as Sanctification. Like, I mean, if you get very lucky. That sounds pretty crazy to me. So there definitely is a lot of exciting stuff around this season. It's just, to me, a bit overshadowed by this, sad announcement that we're not gonna really have any like of the new endgame, any of the tower, any of the leaderboards in the game when it launches. And I think it's just a net negative for the game. At least to me. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. We're still going to be watching the Game Awards. We still have like all the content coming. We're still going to be blasting. I just wanted to get this out there and share my opinion, because many people have asked me why I was so angry on stream yesterday. And here are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think below. Take it easy, my friends. GG.